Alright, this is Unit 3, Lesson 4. Our learning objectives are I can write and solve addition and subtraction comparison problems, and I can use a letter to represent the unknown number. We're going to start with vocabulary. So a comparison situation is a situation in which the number of possible different combinations is determined. A table can sometimes be used to show all possible combinations. Multiplication can be used to calculate the number of combinations. For this one, you just need to write down this first part. Difference is the result of a subtraction problem. So if we have 54 minus 37 equals 17, 17 is the difference. Okay. Next, we have comparison bars. These are the bars that represent the larger and smaller amount in a comparison situation. This is for addition and subtraction. So if you have your smaller amount here and your larger amount here, then this section in between them is called our difference. Please make sure that you draw this drawing in your notebook. Alright, this is page 131. In Unit 1, you learned about multiplication and division comparison situations. You can also compare addition and subtraction. You can find how much more or how much less one amount is than another. The amount more or less is called the difference. In subproblems, the difference is not given. You have to find it. In other problems, the smaller or larger amount is not given. Mai has 9 apples and 12 plums. How many more plums than apples does she have? How many fewer apples than plums does she have? So the first thing you need to determine is which is the smaller amount and which is the larger amount. So 9 is smaller than 12. So 12 is my large number. 9 is my small number. The difference between these two is unknown. Okay? Comparison bars can help us show which is more. We show the difference in an oval. Okay. So how many more plums than apples does she have? Well, 9 plus 3 is 12, so the answer would be 3. How many fewer apples than plums does she have? Again, the same is 3. On number 2, we're going to practice drawing our comparison bars. Okay, so the nursery has 70 rose bushes and 50 tea tree bushes. How many fewer tea tree bushes than rose bushes are at the nursery? So which is larger number, 70 or 50? I know that 70 is bigger, so I'm going to draw 70 as my long bar. And this is rose. I have 50 tea tree, and this is my difference. So that means 70 minus 50 equals difference. So there are 20 fewer tea bushes. Alright, let's look at number 2. Dan wants to plant 30 trees. He has dug 21 holes. How many trees don't have a hole yet? So which is the larger number? Who has more? Well, 30 trees has more than 21 holes, so 30 trees goes on top, and 21 goes on the bottom. This is trees. This is holes. my difference is right here. So I know that 30 minus 21 equals D. So that means there are 9 trees that do not have holes. Before you can get a star, you need to show all of this work. Then raise your hand and get a star to move on. Alright, let's pick page 132. The large amount or the small amount can be unknown. Some comparing sentences have leading language that suggests what to do. Other comparing sentences have misleading language that may trick you into doing the wrong operation. Copy and label the comparison bars and solve. Say the reverse comparing sentence to see if it helps you. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Leading language is comparison sentence containing language that would suggest which operation to use. That's leading. It's going to help you. Misleading is going to trick you. So an example of this would be John's age is 3 more than Jessica's. If John is 12, how old is Jessica? Okay, so John equals 12. John is 3 more than Jessica. So Jessica equals 12. Minus 3 because he is older. He is 3 more than Jessica. So Jessica would be 9 because 9 plus 3 equals John's age. Okay, so let's go back to look at our page. So question 3 says there are 10 dogs at the kennel. There are 6 fewer dogs than cats. How many cats are at the kennel? So what question do we need to answer? We need to know how many cats are at the kennel. What do we know? We know there are 10 dogs at the kennel and 6 fewer dogs than cats. Okay, so are there more cats or more dogs? There are more cats. How do you know? I know that because it says 6 fewer dogs. So then my problem looks like cats are the longer bar, dogs are the shorter bar. There are 10 dogs, and there are 6 fewer, so that's my difference. And I don't know how many cats there are. So that means I'm adding these two numbers to get that number. So 10 plus 6 equals C. So that means there are 16 cats. Let's look at number 14. There are 15 girls in Mrs. Rodell's 4th grade class. There are 3 more girls than boys. How many boys are there? Okay, so what question do we need to answer? How many boys? What do we know? We know there are 15 girls and that there are 3 more girls than boys. Okay, and then we need to ask ourselves which has more, girls or boys? It says 3 more girls, so that means that girls must go on top. Boys goes on the bottom. And I know that there are 15. And I know there is a difference of 3. But I don't know how many boys. So that means B plus 3, equals 15. Or 15 minus 3 equals B. So then there's 12 boys. Okay. All right, raise your hand. Get a star for showing your work for 3 and 4. Next, we're moving on to page 133. Okay, you must draw comparison bars for each problem. Okay, so comparison bars look like this. You need this picture for each problem. Okay, the first thing that you need to answer is who/what has more. Okay, ask yourself that question first because that's going to help you fill in your comparison bars. So at the zoo there are 7 monkeys. There are 6 more kangaroos than monkeys. How many kangaroos are at the zoo? Okay, so I have 7 monkeys and there are 6 more kangaroos than monkeys. So that means kangaroos have more. They will be my top. Monkeys has less. Okay, I know that there are 7 monkeys, so I can fill this in. And I know the difference is 6 more, so I can write 6. Then I need to solve how many kangaroos. So I know 7 plus 6 equals K. So K equals 13 kangaroos. Oops. Okay, you need to finish filling out the rest of this page, receive a star, and then we are moving on to homework. Your homework is Unit 3, Lesson 4. Again, you need to draw comparison bars. That looks like this. Okay. On number 7, it says you need to write a comparison problem. You can write this on the bottom page of Notability. Okay. Backside, we are going to do evens only. Okay, so you are you're skipping these ones. Please be careful which ones you cross out. Okay. You are doing evens only. So you can skip odd ones. All right. Go ahead and get started. If you have questions, raise your hand.